hello, and welcome to the show. It's Wrestling with Entertainment, the only audio experience on the web today. Previewing and reviewing the latest shows from WWE, AEW, New Japan, and everything in between every Saturday, and the trusted choice for interviewing all your favorite wrestlers every Tuesday and Wednesday on YouTube and Castbox, sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Card. I'm, of course, your host, that guy, James J., alongside Kaliko Yance, who isn't here, but who is here, the American Stewardess.
Pizza potato as always.
And it was a good week for Wrestling With, as last Tuesday we interviewed Dizzy Dorada. Fantastic interview. Hopefully we'll see her in a pro wrestling ring sooner rather than later. And then on Wednesday, Sean Vegan Keegan, maybe New Japan bound as we speak. So definitely go back into the archives and check those out when you can. This upcoming Tuesday, we got Austin Lane. A veteran of this business, has pretty much done everything and anything you could honestly want out of pro wrestling. He's wrestled Kevin Nash. He's beaten Kevin Nash. He's wrestled AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, a slew of other things. He was a druid for The Undertaker during his CM Punk rivalry. And we talked all about that, and Fear Factor Live, and a hell of a lot more. And you can check it out this upcoming Tuesday, and then on Wednesday we got Big Jack Towers. He was originally WWE signed. Now he is NWA. We talk about his current tag team with Daisy Kill. We talk about wrestling Trevor Murdoch. A lot of great content there, including he was the Undertaker on ABC's Young Raw or NBC, one of those. He has a rivalry with Shaq. He likes to do food challenges, and he has a rivalry with short people as well, which is saying a lot because everybody is a lot shorter than him because he's 7 foot tall. So you can listen to some clips of those interviews right now. You were a druid for the Undertaker. What was that experience like, and working with WWE?
Man, you guys are good. You guys are so good. I mean, some of this stuff, I'm like, wow, they done their homework. You guys are really, really good. I'll tell you that right now. I give all the credit. Well, you guys are really good. Yes. So I was able to play a druid for The Undertaker. The night before, I was actually a football player for, I believe it was Cedric the Entertainer was the guest host of Raw.
Okay.
So the night before on Raw, I got to do that. I was a football player coming out of the limousine with like the Bella twins. We had a goat, a rabbi with the baby. It was a hilarious spot. But doing the SmackDown with the Undertaker, man, it was so neat. When they got us together, they said, "Okay, this is what we need you to do. You're going to be playing a druid. You're going to be carrying the coffin down to the ring. It's going to have Teddy Long in it." It was right around the time CM Punk and Undertaker were doing their storyline, and they were building up to Hell in a Cell.
Okay.
For the World Heavyweight Championship. So it was. I remember putting on the outfit and thinking to myself, I'm like, man, I've seen this so many times on TV. It is so cool that I'm going to be a druid. And, the Undertaker comes up and he put his arm on my shoulder, and I turned around and he's like, "Oh, my druids." And it was such a cool experience.
All right, but everyone's got to remain anonymous.
Fair enough.
All right, cool. So I was doing a show. Like I was doing a show, and I was somewhere out in California, And I met a friend at a wrestling show a couple weeks prior to that show, and I invited that friend out to that show in California.
Okay.
Fast forward, the friend tells me that she knows the promoter. I'm like, okay, no big deal, whatever. She like it's not laid out to me like what kind like how bad the relationship is. Anyway, long story short, the promoter friend comes to the wrestling match. She goes around and causes just chaos at the event. Promoter comes up as I'm sitting there because I don't know any of it's happened. I just got done wrestling. I'm sitting there having a beer. I'm sitting there talking to my friend, and promoter comes up and basically is like they start getting into it. Next thing I know, promoter's daughter comes up and shoves the woman. And then promoter's daughter proceeds to get shoved, and I'm like, hey, she's that she's 15. Those are charges, man. I'm getting out of here. Like, next thing I know, here comes the promoter's wife.
Oh my God.
Jumping in between it, and then like next thing again, and then my friend, who I don't call friend anymore, starts acting all sorts of crazy. It just starts, like basically like slaps the promoter's wife.
Oh my
Like what?
God.
Oh man, everyone's yelling. Like some people are like I'm having to like carry the girl out of the freaking out of the venue. It was just yeah, man. It happened so suddenly too. That all took place in the course of like 45 seconds.
Wow.
I mean, like it was boom, 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 and I'm like, what is going on? Oh man, it's horrible.
Alright. On the 22nd, we got Lumberjack Larry Woods. On the 23rd, we have Big Mac Harry McDonald. On the 29th, we have Layla James. Yeah, 29th. And on the 30th, we have Ryan Coren. And then September 5th, Kristen Stuff. Alright, I think we are all done putting ourselves over. Now, Skittle?
All right, there we are.
It's a great day for wrestling because we are wrestling with the news. A big part of the news this week was Sonya Deville tore her ACL. Bad timing or bad luck? Or is it a course of the women's tag team championships? Scooter?
God, they're becoming like the Madden cover. Um, at this point, who knows? The women's division is thinning out as it is, so you might as well just create a secondary women's singles title instead of a tag team title. I mean, there's more than enough women to do that. But I'm going to go off on a tangent here. I don't want to go off on, but yeah, it's a curse.
That being said, what is going to happen to Chelsea Green?
Oh God, well, we'll see if she's able to get through to see the manager.
Maybe she'll get her name changed to Chelsea Blue. Or, I mean, this is the worst case scenario. They hire Zack Ryder back.
I was thinking that. I, 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 I hate to say it, but without Sonya, and I didn't realize this, is that they were in the same Tough It Up group. I see Chelsea getting released and then going to join Matt in MLW.
I don't see that being the case. I think she likes her WWE job. To a degree, maybe stepping away from her husband that often. But that's just my speculation. Um, Jimmy Hart said that he would be interested in managing Pretty Deadly. I think that would be an interesting concept. What say you, Strudel?
I mean, only if we can get an updated version of All American Boys,
That
because I'm assuming he sees either the Rougeau brothers in them or Rhythm and Blues. Um, that that would be that would be interesting. Yeah, given today of all days. By the way, it's Hulk Hogan's 70th birthday. Uh, he just put up Jimmy Hart. Um, but I mean, do you think Jimmy Hart can really do a Yas boy?
I mean, he's Jimmy Hart, baby. He can do whatever he wants, baby. Potatoes and beans. I don't
Oh,
know why he
God.
just sounds like Jim Cornette at this point.
A baked potato and beans.
Yeah, babe, you got what's going on, baby. Get his
I
hair,
think
baby.
I think him, Jim Duggan, and Hillbilly Jim are the only surviving members of Legends House. Uh, you know, there is somebody who probably could have fit very well into a managerial role uh, for Pretty Deadly.
Yeah.
I mean, considering that they're a modern day Billy and Chuck.
Uh, bring back Daddy Ass. I mean,
Mm,
it may look like he may be, I don't say leaving AEW, but they certainly teased it.
no, I'm talking about Rico Constantino.
Hmm, maybe. I mean, would expect to see Jimmy Hart on WWE TV again.
He,
I, I say no.
I don't, I don't know. I mean, considering he's like, how old is he now?
He's
Late
about
60s,
93, I guess.
uh, and he also weighs that much soaking wet. The thing is that could you really expect Jimmy Hart to take a bump?
I think he would turn to dust.
God, oh, it's like it's like that parody movie, The Comebacks, where they make a reference to uh, uh, they make a Rocky reference, and Rocky is a severely old man, and the first punch turns him to dust, leaving nothing but trunks and a diaper.
Well, bumps or not, I think it'd be cool to see Jimmy Hart in a WWE ring again. If it doesn't come to fruition, that's fine too. Something that also might not come to fruition. Big E might not be able to return to the ring again. Which really sucks, honestly. Selflessly, I'd like him to have another match. I'd like to see him back in the ring, but I also don't want to see him get paralyzed in the same way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. But, after watching the WWE Weakest Link, uh, the New Day apparently don't like winning money for charity now. That made them look like jerks, I'll tell you. But, oh man. You know what? Wait 9 years.
Yeah. I mean, he's
Biggie, Biggie will return in 2032.
well in 9 years he'll be 46. So yeah, I was glad to see that Mickey was that old to begin with. Huh?
Ooh, I mean, still, he was in his mid-20s when he started, so.
I mean, it's been a really long time. Alright, on to the next bit of news. Soraya, don't call me Soraya. Everybody should just call her Paige. Said that Tony Khan didn't win Booker of the Year 3 years in a row for no reason. Agree? Disagree?
I don't consider Tony Khan a booker at all.
Fantasy Booker?
Alright, that's closer. Um,
Mark with a large pig. Mark with a
Lars
large
Piggy Bank.
pocketbook.
uh, I mean, he's also pissed, Omega and Moxley didn't get, Jericho Moxley 5 stars, apparently. Um,
At the Quake Up the
oh,
Lake. But he has a good relationship with Dave Meltzer because he told them, when there was that big mishap on Collision and the feed went out for the match, Dave text messaged Tony Khan and he was like, "You need to show that match again because people aren't going to be able to see it. Nobody saw it." And then, Tony Khan was so grateful he invited Dave to a picnic dinner and they called each other's hair and cuddled up by the fire.
they play Mash and they talk about boys. They do their nails.
The boys being the Young Bucks and Kenny.
Middle-aged bucks.
Yeah. Alright, and the last bit of news. Ric Flair admits that he fell asleep during his last match. You and everybody else that watched it, Rick. You and everybody else that watched it. Alright, now that we are done with the news, a quick word from our sponsors.
World with 4 unique product lines to suit your task at hand, whether it be juices, shakes, smoothies, and everything else in between. Their low calorie, no sugar energy formula is the perfect alternative to sugar filled canned energy drinks and sodas. Their extreme formula provides the most energy, focus, and sports performance possible. Their hydration line offers focus, ingredients without the added caffeine. Drink it anytime you're thirsty. And their shake formula is so delicious. Who doesn't love a cookies and cream, 0-calorie energy milkshake? First and foremost, they've designed every Rogue product line with performance and effectiveness in mind. It is critical that you look at the nutrition panels of drinks when comparing options. There are countless off-brands out there that are presenting low-quality, poorly dosed formulas that amount to expensive caffeine water. Every formula they produce is designed with optimal levels of high-quality ingredients. Additionally, you won't find a powdered gaming drink brand that dissolves better. No need to have chalky textures in your drink. Their taste profiles are unmatched, specifically designed for gamers, athletes, students, entrepreneurs, people with hectic schedules, individuals with low energy, podcasters who can't shut up, people who are health conscious, and so much more. Great as both a pre-workout and as a coffee energy drink replacement. Specifically designed every Rogue product line to be the best gaming drink on the planet. Rogue Energy, more focus, more wins.
Use promo code WRESTLINGWITHE for 10% off your next purchase. And we are wrestling with WWE SummerSlam 2023. It was last Saturday. It took place in the Pontiac Silverdome with 93 billion people. That's 93 million more than the 93,000 in 93.
And it lasted for 93 hours.
That is it. And yeah, it was a SummerSlam that happened. I don't want to be too critical or too mean at the beginning, but
Out of all the SummerSlams that have happened, this was one of them.
yes. And some of it hit, some of it missed. Is it going to be remembered as the greatest SummerSlam of all time? No.
Nope.
But, there was some good shit. What say you, Strudel? What was your thoughts on the show as a whole?
It was a good show. I swear to God, if I start talking about this, I'm not going to stop. It's going to give me an ulcer. It's going to age me 30 years and 90 seconds. Oh, God. Except for the main event.
Well, let's get into it. We got Logan Paul defeating Ricochet in 18 minutes to start the show. Honestly, maybe 5 minutes too long, if I'm being honest. And honestly, this was not the match it could have been. It was not the hot start that it could have been for the show. And I feel like it had more to do with Ricochet than Logan Paul. What say you, Stu?
I liked it. I thought that, I think everybody was expecting a literal spot fest, like non-stop trying to outdo each other in terms of, I can flip 3 times in the air. Yeah, well, I can flip 4 times. Yeah, well, I can go back in time when I flip. I mean, the match was good. Who the fuck was that guy who gave him the brass knuckle?
Yeah, they didn't explain that, did they?
I mean, for all we know, it wasn't part of the show.
I mean, it looked like Jake, honestly.
Except Jake doesn't have a curly fro and a scraggly beard.
He kind of does.
No, this guy's curly hair is like in a mullet. This was, God, who the hell do I say he looks like? Uh, oh, God, who's uh, the douchebag I'm thinking of? Chad Kroger from Nickelback.
Oh, yeah. Let me ask you this. Is Ricochet a bigger star because of this match?
No,
Then what was it all for?
because a spot literally went viral,
I didn't see
and
anything go viral in this match.
no, because they took something that happened. I mean, if they planned that Royal Rumble spot, I'd be very surprised. Something like that would probably have to be planned. But this match only happened because of that. They took something that happened in a moment and tried to stretch it out for 8 months. And eventually, you stretch something that long for that much, it breaks. And that's pretty much what happened here.
Let me ask you this. If this match happened in February at Elimination Chamber in front of that really hot, was it Toronto?
Was it Saudi Arabia, wasn't it? No, Montreal.
Montreal. In that
Montreal.
really hot Montreal crowd that was ravenous for anything,
Mm.
would that have been a better scenario for this match?
Mm. Man, that's it's probably yeah, this probably would have gone over. I say this would have gone better overseas. Quite honestly,
Well, I mean, it's not overseas, but it wasn't in the country.
yeah, but Montreal crowds are hot for anything. I mean, hell, they're in Canada this week
You feel like
and next week too. So
Did you feel the crowd was hot for this match, or do you feel like it was a little lackluster? I kind of felt it was a little lackluster, if I'm being honest.
it 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 had a a hot open, and then it just fizzled out.
I felt like the crowd wanted something to cheer, and it wasn't giving them anything. You feel that way?
Yeah, yeah,
That being
absolutely.
said, how many stars do you give this one?
Uh, yeah, an even three.
I give it 3 2. Next match, um, Cody Rhodes defeated Brock Lesnar in 17 minutes and 35 seconds. The second opener because they lost the rock paper scissors to see who opens the show.
Remember
Um,
this was one of the four main events they called it.
every match is a main event. You get a main event, and you get a main event. Those all main events. Um, Not a bad match. Pretty decent if I'm being honest. It kind of dragged on in certain spots. This was definitely not an 18-minute match. They could have literally did this in 12, and hit the same beats and nothing really would have changed?
No, no, you kind of need Brock to blow up now. You know, kind of like you need to see all that sweat dripping off of him. You know, Brock. Brock blowing up in 15 some odd minutes is the equivalent of RVD blowing up in 5 minutes. I'm sorry, I just had to get an RVD joke in there.
I mean, already blows up a lot before 5 minutes.
he lights up, but I mean, my hopes of an RVD Riddle collab is completely destroyed. Thanks, Tony.
I blame Riddle for that more than Rob.
Uh, I, you know, I thought the match was solid, and more importantly, Brock did a clean job, which I think is more surprising than anything, especially to someone who's, used to be considered much smaller than Brock. I mean, could you imagine this would happen when, skinny, dashing Cody Rhodes? No. That'd be a squash.
So, I mean,
This,
Brock has been a little bit more giving in the more recent years.
that is true. That is true. Brock has been, a bit more open, since he really has nothing to lose by, putting somebody over.
Right.
He can show up, suplex the hell out of some people, and still maintain that aura. That being said, this is how a rubber match should go. Yeah. I will say that part of me was wondering if they were if they were actually going to put Cody, if they were going to have Cody go over.
Especially considering that he hit Brock with the steel steps and didn't get disqualified.
Um, I think what they were saying is uh, Brock just deflected them with his head.
I thought the referee had something in his eye.
Uh, uh, yeah, that's the ticket. Nevertheless, it was good, uh, and Cody actually earned Brock's respect.
It kind of felt in a way like Brock was passing the torch. If I'm being
Yes.
honest, he didn't do that for Roman by any stretch of imagination. And that wasn't planned. That's something that Brock did on his own accord. And honestly, it made for a great fucking moment.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. You know,
Now,
I also think that's kind of a way to put Brock back into tweener mode for whenever he comes back.
why would Brock Lesnar be in Twitter mode? There's no more Twitter.
Tweener, in between. Come on, that didn't sound anything like Twitter.
It sounded like you said Twitter. There is no more Twitter. It's X. Are we going to look over the fact that Cody literally beat the pants off of Brock?
I mean, it could have been worse. He could have literally beat the shit out of Brock.
I'm just glad Brock decided to wear underwear this day.
Uh, I mean, either way,
Amazing. Always thought
uh,
it's a good one.
I'm gonna give it 4.
I give it 3.5. Simply because the whole steel steps thing kind of threw me for a loop. It would have been 4 if that spot wasn't in there. Alright, it's now time for the We Forgot You Existed Battle Royal. That immediately eliminated Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus. The winner of that was LA Knight by last eliminating Sheamus in 11 minutes and 55 seconds. It did not
Yeah,
seem like this was 11 minutes. It seemed like it was a lot longer, honestly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let me talk to you. By the way, LA Knight throwing out the first pitch for my Mets a
I'm
couple
so
days
sorry for
ago.
him.
Yeah, I mean, hey, could be worse. He could have been throwing it out for the Padres.
Nobody's throwing it out for the Padres.
Exactly.
They lost that guy.
Or the Dodgers. Or the Giants. Or any other sports team. He ain't throwing out the first pitch for the San Jose Sharks, and they play hockey.
Well, the right person won, right?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Um,
That being said, how many stars you give this one?
uh, hmm. Um, I'll, I'll give it 3.5. It was a fun distraction. Um, and, I mean, almost. Edward James almost came back, so
That he did. And they didn't even need a Ouija board.
he's not dead. The actual Edward James almost is not dead.
No, he passed some time ago.
No, he didn't. No.
Yeah, he did. I'm pretty sure I saw that he passed.
No, still alive.
Fuck. What did I see then?
Very much. Very much. Age 76. Battlestar Galactica. Selena. Stand and Deliver. Mayans.
What else does ITBM have to do with his
You,
lifespan?
you're saying, where have you seen him?
No, I said, where did I see that he? Where did I see that he? I thought he passed.
Oh God,
It's been.
who passed? Who really did pass though? Oh no.
Mm, yeah, let's just put a peg in that.
Please don't tell me you're confusing him with James Earl Jones.
No, no, I would definitely not make that. Yeah, no. I give this 3.5 stars simply because they knew, as Kaliko would say, they knew the assignment and the right person won.
And we got to hear LA Knight's music twice. That's a
Next
bang.
match, MMA Rules match. Shayna Baszler defeated Ronda Rousey by technical submission. in 7 minutes and 30 seconds. Everybody knows a technical submission is more submissioning than an actual submission.
Technical
Plus,
submission. The best kind of submission.
plus Ronda didn't want to put Shayna over clean. There's that.
Oh, good God. Did you see the shiner on Shayna's face?
You know, I want to say, just talking about the match first. Honestly, not my favorite match. I don't go to WWE events. I don't watch WWE events to see MMA rules. If I wanted to see MMA, I fucking go to an MMA match. I would have much preferred a dance off, but here we are. MMA rules. That being said, it was decent, but I don't think we'll be talking about this in honestly another week rather than a month or a
Yeah,
year from now.
you know, with a little more build, you know, this could have been a WrestleMania type of match, and given the merger, hell, why not put the Octagon up
Oh fuck no.
at Mania for
Oh
one
no.
match? Why not?
Because first and foremost, it's hell trying to put up a ring on top of another ring. I mean, the closest thing we have to an MMA style match is that fight pit thing, and I'm somewhat okay with that. But an
You know,
actual
a female fight pit match would have been good.
that would have made more sense than what they actually put on. But that's
Yeah, because
hmm?
no, because legit knockouts don't happen in wrestling. That was, and let's be real, you can't you can't make a fake knockout look authentic, no matter what,
I suppose you're
because
right.
because when that happens in the octagon, medical personnel rush in if they don't immediately get up. Ronda rolled out of the ring within 3 seconds of being technically submitted.
Well, nobody ever accused Ronda Rousey of being a good actress.
Nobody ever accused Ronda Rousey of being a good anything.
I mean, she is an Olympic gold medalist, so she is good at something, some things. But if you want
Ooh.
to see Ronda Rousey not be good at something, watch the Fast and the Furious 7.
Or uh, 7, yes. Um, or watch the Entourage movie, or that movie with Mark Wahlberg. I can't remember the friggin' name of it.
Oh, I mean, watch the more so right now on Fox. If she's still on there.
No, she's not on it. In fact, they're advertising a new season already. Um,
Is she on it?
nope, but
Oh,
Black China is.
hey,
That's got
isn't
no.
she going to be in? What did we say about Black China back in the day?
Um, we said something. I can't remember.
Yeah, there was something about Black China, but
Oh God, was it something to do with musicians
no, I
and,
don't
and,
want to.
and
I think that's
getting
like
a
bringing in like the Kardashians or some shit like that.
yeah. I remember it was because The Kardashian male, and no, I'm not talking about Caitlyn Jenner. I'm gonna be lynched for that.
Rob Kardashian, I believe.
Rob Kardashian is the father of one or all of her kids. I don't know how many kids she has.
She has she has less than Kim and the rest of the Kardashians, but she has more than Kim and the rest, but less than Nick Cannon.
Uh, so she's got enough for starting lineup.
She has enough to make a new Jackson 5, I would
Jackson, 3.5.
say. Fuck are we talking about?
um,
Shayna Baszler, Ronda
uh,
Rousey.
2.5 stars. I would have not. I'd knock it down to 1.5 if Ronda had won.
I want a reason to give it 3, but yeah, 2.5.
I will say this: there was a record-setting uh, water usage for the during this 7 minutes because everybody at Ford Field simultaneously flushed a toilet during this match.
You stop it. But let me ask you this one question: did Shayna Baszler actually benefit from winning this match?
Yeah, I think she did. I think it's gonna give her a leg up because it looks like Shayna and Rhea are uh, going to be. That's going to be the next feud.
Well, with Shayna uh, benefiting from this match, I 100% agree. I think they might have their new babyface tweener in Shayna because her match against Zoe on Monday, it did legitimately seem like the people were starting to get behind Shayna and actually even cheering Shayna. And I don't remember them ever cheering for Shayna other than being in NXT. And uh, I think Rhea is going the route of Raquel right now, but what's her name? Becky is getting out of the feud with Trish. So why can't Shayna get into the next feud with Trish?
That that would be that would be interesting.
Because I mean, Trish has only been there to keep Becky busy because people want to see Becky. She's a big star. It doesn't necessarily um, benefit Becky. It has definitely benefited Zoe to great lengths, but you know, having Trish Stratus give the shine to Shayna, that would be pretty beneficial. If I'd say.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think if they keep going with this, I dare say that um, that if Becky Lynch is a female equivalent of The Rock, then Shayna is said to be the female equivalent of Stone Cold. The
No.
woman who doesn't care if you like her or not, she just wants to kick ass.
I mean, we could be for all night, keep going between who is the female Rock, Austin, etc., etc. Um, that being
Not
said, let's get to the next match. We got Walter Gunter Stops defeating Drew McIntyre in 13 minutes and 40 seconds to retain his Intercontinental Championship. Good match. Even one of the better matches on the card. Not necessarily feel like it was that memorable though.
I had heard that it was supposed to go longer, and somewhere along the line an audible was called,
And that's fair.
and they went into the finish. I mean, to see Drew. No, I mean an audible on the fly during the match.
Oh.
I think maybe what I had heard is I think they thought Drew might have hurt himself. Um, we didn't, and Drew wasn't on Raw.
Well done.
But I don't think he is injured, at least to the degree that's going to keep him out of action. It was bizarre seeing McIntyre pinned the way he was.
Kind of folded up.
That whole jackknife pin.
I feel like I've seen Gunter do that to other guys before.
I know, but seeing it done to Drew, who is one of the like 5 people that can actually do kip-ups, and it's usually from that position. It just, I don't know, it just seemed I mean, either way, I'll
Did the right person win?
yeah.
I don't necessarily feel like this was the best use of Drew McIntyre.
I don't feel like it was the best use of Gunther.
Well, I mean, well, yeah, I guess so. But
I mean, okay, let me pose a hypothetical here. Take Sheamus out of the Battle Royal, put him against Gunther, put Drew McIntyre in the Battle Royal.
yeah,
Does anything change?
if Sheamus won the Intercontinental Championship, then he's gonna see a story. So, yeah. But if Gunther wins, then probably not.
All right. I'm giving it. I'm giving it 3 stars.
I give it 3.5. I thought it was a good match, just not maybe as memorable as it could. Next match we have Seth freaking Rollins versus Finn Balor. Seth won, retaining the World Heavyweight Championship in 18 minutes and 30 seconds. honestly, this match was so much better than the one at Money in the Bank. This was a lot better quality. The pacing was better. I was more invested in it than I was at the Money in the Bank one. Um, it was definitely an interesting way to end it, but what do you say, Scooter?
I I mean, it was clear. It was clear to everyone that Damien was saying, "Take the case and use it."
Yeah,
They it makes Balor look like an idiot, not somebody who thinks he's losing focus, losing track of, losing control of his disciples. Remember, not his equals. By all, for all intents and purposes, they are still considered under, under Finn Balor. And while,
I mean, how could you really say that when literally everybody in Judgment Day has a piece of hardware with them except Finn Balor?
that's the point. Uh, if you know the fact that Finn flat up either ignored Damien or thought he was trying to cash in, and then for Damien to just put the case in and try and help him again proves loyalty. And that that's it's good storytelling, and eventually the Judgment Day are going to crumble. Um,
It seems right now like they might be getting a new member.
hmm, that's that's possible. Also, with Carrie and Cross apparently getting the group in the near future. Um,
Really?
yeah, he was talking about disciples.
Of Apocalypse?
No, just disciples.
Mm.
Um, whether or not that means the schism, who knows? Uh, Clearly, when Priest cashes in, uh, you know, Balor will be his first defense, more than likely.
So you think when Damien cashes in, he gets the title?
Yeah, and Rhea and Dom turn on Finn, and Finn goes being back to good old fat-faced Finn.
But it was fat ass Finn.
Well, I mean, I mean fat face as in fat good guy.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Not fat heel Finn.
Yes. If your heels are fat, then you probably need to go to the doctor. Um, Fat face, then just lose some weight, man.
Hey.
So you became Fat Albert?
Stick the spoon in the pudding.
How many stars do you give this one?
I'll give it 4.
I give it 3.5. I kind of felt like Finn needed to win this, and he didn't, and it just makes him look really bad, in my opinion. But I understand why it didn't. Alright, now we have the WWE Women's Championship, uh, featuring Bianca Belair, Asuka, and Charlotte Flair. The winner of the match, Io Sky. The original match was won by Bianca in 20 minutes and 45 seconds. Io cashed in the Money in the Bank briefcase, won the title from Bianca in 8 seconds. I personally don't see why Bianca had to win the championship in order just to give it back to Io. I felt like, you could have just have the same effect if Asuka won. It just seemed like an unnecessary step. You know what I mean?
I'd say it should have been Charlotte.
But I mean, that's cliche at this point. I mean, everybody cashes in on Charlotte.
I mean, why not? Bailey did it. What? Why not let Io do it?
Hmm.
It's gonna be very interesting when a certain pirate princess returns.
Yeah, if she shows up.
Uh, she is showing up. That has been confirmed.
I As long as she doesn't reunite to make the Kabuki Warriors and stay away from the Tag Team Women's Championship, she'll be fine.
Spooky kabuki. See, doing the mist is a kabuki thing.
Great Kabuki spirit.
It's funny because I decided to watch the '94 Rumble last night, which had the Great Kabuki, or the not so great kabuki anymore.
The match with Bianca and Charlotte and Asuka. It wasn't a bad match, but it seemed a little long.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't great.
If Asuka would have sprayed Charlotte and then pinned Bianca or pinned Charlotte, that would have been the logical way to end the match, rather than have Bianca win and then immediately lose to Io.
Well, I mean, I think as soon as you saw Bianca being let out, you kind of knew that was happening. Um, I mean, let's face it, this was done literally just to set up Io cashing in.
Oh yeah.
Not the cat when the cashing in is not an afterthought. Like, oh, we made the match. It'll be fun. Cash in.
How many stars do you give the triple threat included with the casting?
Uh, I'll give the match before the cash in. Uh, 3 stars. I will give And I will add an additional star for the cash in because seeing Io cash in was a was a great sight to see.
That was.
I mean, if nobody if nobody thought Io was over, all you have to do is look at how all the Asian news outlets responded.
Really? Was
She
it
was, yeah,
absolutely positive?
yeah, literally, they were. It was on the front page of nearly every Asian uh, major Asian news outlets and sports uh, coverage.
Hmm. I mean, good for her. She's honestly one of those people that definitely deserves it.
And it was nice to see that it wasn't that they didn't go with what we were thinking about how Bailey would try and con her way into getting the case.
Right.
Almost a little bit of a parallel uh, between Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter.
I mean, we'll see if this leads to an eventual rivalry between Bailey and Io. I
Well,
mean, right now,
uh,
Bailey has her hands full with Shotzi.
as of last night, Asuka and Charlotte opened up SmackDown uh, Damage Control back with Dakota Kai, who was cleared.
Oh, awesome.
Um, uh, they attacked both of them.
Hmm. Alright, that brings us to the last match, the main event, the thing everybody wanted to see. Tri- the tribal combat for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship and recognition of the tribal chief and the IOI family. It lasted 36 minutes and 5 seconds. Roman Reigns defeated Jey Uso by pinfall. I thought it was a good match. It was maybe a little too um, drawn out and a little, I don't want to say long, it took them like a while to get from each case to the next, which I totally get. I mean, they wanted to go slow. Um, just in some spots it felt like it was a little bit slower than others. It was still a good match. It never took me out of the match. It never took away from my enjoyment of the match. And then, as you say, the last 5 minutes when Jimmy came in. I mean, it was obvious that it was Jimmy, and it just they're basically Bella twinning Jimmy and Jay at this point. The "you should have died in the womb" thing. It's so cliche and so dumb. It could have been a really awesome moment for Jay, and even if they said, okay, yeah, we're gonna have Roman continue, you didn't have to do it that way. It could have been done a little better. What say you, Scooter?
It it made no goddamn sense. Why? Why did Jimmy do this? Because he loves Jay? That's some bullshit reason? Like,
He did
you
for The
know,
Rock.
you know, think there. If this match was supposed to be really about the Samoan dynasty, then then the dynasty should have been there. No, instead, tribal combat just became another street fight.
I mean, did you want people playing drums?
No, but it would have been nice to see, Alpha and Sika, Samu. No, instead,
Go to see Logan.
we're instead we're gonna get Jimmy versus Jay with Rikishi as special referee.
With who is special referee?
Rikishi.
Oh,
I've heard it could have that the Jay versus Jimmy could happen as early as Payback or as late as next WrestleMania.
oh God. Do we really want to see Jimmy and Jay at WrestleMania?
Yes, but in what capacity?
My,
Uh,
continue.
hmm, it's you know, Jimmy tries explaining himself last night, and Jimmy has kind of now split off into his own little world. Now that says to me they're gonna look to do probably a fatal four way in the future between all of them.
I mean, we'll look. I feel like that's a long way down the road rather than right now.
No, yeah, it is. It is a long way down the road. I definitely say that. Um, but it almost they made it almost seem like, are they switching Jimmy and Solo? That's what it almost seemed like. Um, again, based on what happened last night, Jay and but whatever. So said Jay has earned the moniker of main event Jey Uso,
100%.
and now that I'm saying that, Jimmy likely doesn't want to get left by the wayside.
Right.
Um, so, in other words, Jimmy is the jealous girlfriend. Uh,
You know, like I said, this is a very WWE thing to do. Oh, they're twins, they're brothers, make them fight. It's logical. Yeah, it's logical, but did it need to be done right now? It's considering where how we set this matchup between Roman and Jay. It didn't make good sense to me. I didn't like that. That being said, we don't necessarily need to talk about Roman until April of next year, right? Because there's no way he's losing that title between now and WrestleMania 40.
I mean, in 19 days, we're going to be hearing 3 years. 3 years.
Yeah, and it has been 3 years since he's held the Universal Championship.
Well, oh, great. So, you know what? I'm going to give Roman a new name. Uh, Roman is now. I'm either thinking Samoa Sammartino or Bruno Samoatino.
Bruno Samoatino.
I just said that.
That's what I said.
Okay,
I'm
then, we're agreed.
I'm clarifying the one that I liked more.
Yes, so Bruno Sammartino.
How about Bruno Romantino?
No,
Oh,
no.
you never like my nicknames.
Hey, don't worry, we'll get Colt Cabana to give me one. Uh,
So, if not Jay, if not Cody, if not Drew, if not Edge, if not Mysterio, if not Daniel Bryan, if not Bray, if not Braun, who the fuck is gonna beat Roman for these fucking titles?
do you really want me to say it?
Logan Paul?
No,
Dean Ambrose?
no,
Ricochet?
no.
Chad Gable?
Lou.
Ugh. How many stars do you give this match, Scooter?
-7. This had potential to be a legit 5-star. I'm gonna give it 3.75.
I give it 4. I'm gonna make it less complicated. Like you said, it could have been a 5-star match. It wasn't. It just is what it is. That being said, this whole show as a whole, thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle.
It was all thumbs up until they decided to take the thumb and jam it right up our asses. Uh, Thumbs in the middle.
I agree, thumbs in the middle. Alright.
Uh,
Huh.
and and on things that should have happened at SummerSlam, uh, Rey Mysterio, new United States champion.
That will conclude our coverage of SummerSlam. And we are wrestling with the G1 Climax 33 and our final weeks.
Kaliko, where are you?
I text messaged him like 50 times.
Oh, God.
You're gonna stay on that table with your hands constrained, and I'm going to continue to drip this water in your face, and you're going to like it, Scooter.
Mommy.
Buddy. Let's get into it. Um, it was the finals of all the blocks. Yoda Suchi ended with 3 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw, 7 points. Gabe Kidd ended his block with 2 wins, 4 losses, 1 draw, 5 points. Ren Narito ended with 2 wins, 3 losses, 2 draws, 6 points. Kaito Kiyomiya, 2 wins, 3 losses, 2 draws, 6 points. Sonata, 7 wins, 0 losses, 14 points. Kevin Owens, Chase Owens, 2 wins, 5 losses, 4 points. Soto Umno, 2 wins, 3 losses, 2 draws, 6 points. And Hikuleo, 4 wins, 3 losses, 8 points. Hikuleo and Sonata advanced to the quarterfinals. Anything stick out to you?
Well,
Did you say nope?
I mean, Sonata runs the block.
I mean, I don't think anybody expected Hikuleo to be advancing. Everybody had their eyes on Soda, Ren, and Suchi. Nobody was looking at Hikuleo, and the man is 7 fucking feet tall. And he snuck in there, he got the W.
Well, he didn't get the most important W.
And, honestly, really disappointed with Yoda Suchi's G1. He could have did so much better. Obviously, Soda Uno is going to be multiple time G1 winner in the future. So, you know, Hamlet coming in at 6 points right now, I get it. I could see where they're heading with him as well. And I mean, yes, not 7 wins, 0 losses, but
Yeah,
who did he actually beat?
not not evil.
Yeah, and that is correct. Gib Kid, I mean, this little motherfucker was chaotic through the whole thing. I don't think he even expected to win a match. He just figured, oh, fuck as many people up as I can and cause as much chaos. And he succeeded. Right. That takes us to B block. Yoshihashi, 2 wins, 5 losses, 4 points. Your thoughts, Scooter?
Fuck Yoshihashi.
Thank you. Kenta, 3 wins, 4 losses, 6 points. Taichi, 3 wins, 4 losses, 6 points. The Great Okan, 3 wins, 4 losses, 6 points. Okada, 6 wins, 1 loss, 12 points. Tangaloa, 3 wins, 4 losses, 6 points. El Phantasmo, 3 wins, 4 losses, 6 points. Will Ospreay's 5 wins, 2 losses, 10 points. Okada and Will Ospreay advanced to the quarterfinals. There wasn't. I mean, everybody knew Okada was advancing. Everybody knew that. And besides Yoshihashi and maybe Great Khan, everybody had the potential of getting that second spot, if I'm being honest. Tangaloa obviously is just coming back from injury. They want to get him on some type of track to do something. I thought that match with Okada at the end really showed off what he could do. The same with El Phantasmo. Last match in Osaka, I could make the argument he should have beat Will Ospreay, but Will Ospreay. Fuck that guy. Great Kondo doesn't do well in these tournaments. I don't know why.
Well, maybe they need to start calling him the not so great Okan.
I mean, the guy literally gave the bow that was in his hair to a girl in the crowd, and she gave it to the guy next to her. So he's striking out in life and in pro wrestling. And Taichi could do a little better, but he did get a win on Osprey, so that was his shoe.
Taichi best left practice in the park.
Agreed. Alright, that goes take us to C block. Ishii, 2 wins, 5 losses, 4 points. Mikey Nichols, 2 wins, 5 losses, 4 points. Tamatonga, 4 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 9 points. Hanari, 2 wins, 5 losses, 4 points. Eddie Kingston, 4 wins, 3 losses, 8 points. David Finley, 5 wins, 2 losses, 10 points. Shingo Takagi, 3 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw, 7 points. And Evil, 5 wins, 2 losses, 10 points. If you told me 2 people from Bullet Club were gonna win C Block and Evil was going to be one of them, I definitely asked you what you were smoking. No, Stu?
And I'd say crack!
WrestleMania is in April, man.
No, that's crystal meth.
No, because it has the crack.
Oh, boo. Oh, my God. That joke was so bad, I think it gave me cancer. Oh.
Bring back the Divas Championship. Give it to Scooter.
I could use a nice butterfly around my waist.
This was definitely the most interesting block because it could have gone 3 different ways, and obviously it went the way that it did. It could have been a little bit more interesting. It didn't end up that way, but solid block. Tama looked great. Ishii looked good. Eddie Kingston shined. And David Finley, it didn't hurt him, honestly. So, and I'll say one thing: Mikey Nichols, never really looked at him more than just a tag team wrestler, and this motherfucker can go. He's as tough as it comes. So that was definitely interesting to see.
Yeah.
Right, D Block Finals. Toriano, 2 wins, 5 losses, 4 points. Alex Coughlin, 3 wins, 4 losses, 6 points. Jeff Cobb, 4 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 9 points. Shane Hayes, 2 wins, 4 losses, 1 draw, 5 points. Godo, 3 wins, 4 losses, 6 points. Zack Sabre Jr., 5 wins, 2 losses, 10 points. ORC Tanahashi, 3 wins, 4 losses, 6 points. Tetsuya Naito, 5 wins, 2 losses, 10 points. Like Mikey Nichols, Shane Hayes really impressed me in this tournament. Obviously, he got a win over Naito, which nobody saw fucking coming. Alex Coughlin just is proving that you could look great, but when you have a crap personality, you're not going to shine. Yano.
Well,
Yeah.
that could explain a lot about other people, but go on.
Yano is disappointing, but he did what he needed to do. He cost Jeff Cobb the G1, so there's that. A lot of people cost Jeff Cobb the G1 this time around. Zack Sabre Jr. and Naito obviously advanced. Good for both of them. Pretty, other than Jeff Cobb, this was pretty predictable. No, Scooter.
Mm, yeah. Eh.
That brings us to uh, what is it? Thursday, August 10th. It was the quarterfinals. The first match, Galeo lost to Tetsuya Naito in 13 minutes 11 seconds. He dropped to the Destino. Um, I mean, it's a good match for Hikuleo. I don't think anybody expected him to beat Naito, considering, you know, he was in Baby Block and not Naito was with all the reps. Will Ospreay defeated David Finlay in 17 minutes and 21 seconds with the Storm Driver 93. Not a bad match. Personally, thought David Finlay should have gone through. But then again, I'm not a big fan of Will Ospreay, as everybody knows. Sonata lost to Evil in 16 minutes and 16 seconds with and everything is evil. Now we've been talking about Sonata, and didn't necessarily since winning the championship hasn't really wrestled anybody of significance. Wrestled Evil, lost to Evil. Scooter.
Uh, well, I mean, you could. Sonata just proving that we should have gone with the Elantra.
Maybe a Subaru.
No, you gotta stay within the same company.
Mm. I mean, am I being honest? Evil always used to beat the shit out of Sonata, and that's even when they were in the same faction. So it doesn't necessarily surprise me, but it also did surprise me. I just find it interesting that Sonata wrestled his first match of significance and he loses. Then we have the last match of that night, Kazuchika Okada defeating Zack Sabre Jr. in 21 minutes and 46 seconds with the Rainmaker. No, no spoiler there, no shocker there. Everybody knew that Okada was going to get through there. I believe, yeah, Okada's fighting Evil in the
Yep,
semis, and Ospreay's fighting Naito. Um,
Osprey. Yep, Osprey Naito.
as
They're
of
very
yeah,
interesting. A very interesting parallel here with two multiple winners and two who have never won it.
right. As of this recording, the match has already happened, but Scooter, Naito or Ospreay?
The right decision is Osprey. And if now that we basically know that Osprey Jericho is not happening at All In, this this could be the year of the Gaijin. Uh, I'm gonna say Osprey.
I'm going with Naito. Uh, Okada or Evil?
Now, Okada will not have only won. This will put Okada in contention for not just his fifth G1, which is a record,
Title record,
but his third in a row.
which has never happened.
So, if any of the former winners are going to the finals, it's Okada.
Well,
Because you know what, and I'll explain my logic for this. And all you have to do is look at Sonata. Sonata runs the block only for one match to knock him out of contention. Okada only lost one match, and that was Osprey.
yeah.
They're gonna tell a story, and that story is Okada and Osprey. Uh,
I would normally agree with you if that wasn't the finals of last year's G1. I could. Obviously, the smart money is on Okada, and I do expect him to win the match. But on my side of things, if Naito wins, and let's say Evil squeaks out a win on Okada, which, he's evil. He sometimes does that. And he has done it in the past. Um, you get Evil Naito. And if we're talking about, you know, stories there, well, Evil betrayed Naito and left Lij um, for Bullet Club. Who else betrayed Naito to join Just Five Guys? Sonata. So maybe Naito slays all the people that surround him before getting to Tokyo Dome to wrestle Sonata.
uh,
And yeah,
what is the better story? So what is the more dramatic story? Is it Naito and Evil, or is it Okada and Osprey?
I think that's a good question for just joining us at literally the tail end of the show, Kaliko.
Hey man, that train ride ain't no joke. Uh, but we are here. We are back.
We're talking about the
We are back.
semifinals of the G1. Does Naito or Osprey win? Does Evil or Okada
Um, it's weird because man, right when I thought they were gonna let Sonata run through this bitch, they fucking let me down. Anyway,
win? Do not spoil it.
right when I thought they were gonna do right by this man. but he has the title, so he really, and you can make an argument he lost the belt because he was in a bracket that really didn't have a challenge, and the first person that gave him a challenge, he succumbed. So I get it.
Right.
Um, the thing is that Osprey has a title, so he would have to give it up in order for that to go down. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the semis are Evil, Osprey, Okada.
It's Naito versus Osprey and Okada versus Evil.
Okada Naito? Whoever wins, because you don't want to see Okada Osprey because that was kind of more personal for the title. Like, why would you see a final of a match that you saw in the bracket, right? Because it's one thing for Osprey to beat him once, but do you think he's going to beat him twice in the same tournament?
Oh, Homo.
Thank you. So that kind of throws that out the window. I could see an Evil Naito because Evil already has the title shot. See, that's the thing. Evil already gets the title shot.
Right.
So there's no need for him to win the G1. So Okada's winning that one. Now the question is Okada gonna face Osprey again or is he gonna face Naito again? That's pretty much what's in the air. And I'm shocked that Naito even has this made it this far because he seems so uninterested in the damn thing. Uh, but I could see a Naito Sonata G1 final, or not G1 final, but at Wrestle Kingdom,
Right.
because the story is more with Sonata overcoming Naito because of the fact that he didn't have any beef with him. It was just like I needed to move on
Right.
because he's already beat Okada, so there's no sense of Okada winning the G1 when he easily could have just got a rematch.
The only way I see Okada really winning the G1 is because they want to go for the record. He's won three G1s in a row, and he ties Masahiro Chama.
And plus, he's got. This would also set the another record of longest gap between wins.
I think he only
Yeah,
has
it's
that.
been a
He
while
won.
since
He won it
it,
last year.
yeah.
But yeah, but considering 2012, it's a
He's
semantic record. It's a
I mean,
technical record.
it would just submit him as like the greatest G1 guy. I mean, this guy he turns it up in a G1.
oh yeah.
I call him O'Connell's for a reason. That's
Okay, Cinco.
but I mean, and that's the question. Are you gonna is New Japan gonna be okay with Sonata versus Naito at Wrestle Kingdom, given that Sonata makes it that far?
What? I mean, at this point, he only has one title defense in coming up, and that's against Evil. Unless Okada wants a rematch as well, then
Well, he's gonna have to go through Okada again. I don't see, and that's why I'm thinking Okada won't win the G1 because he never got the rematch, and then he's gonna have to go through Evil, which sets up Osprey or Naito. Osprey has the U.S. title, so he's too busy trying to solidify it.
but
So logically, it just seems like Naito's the one.
that's what I set up like the beginning of the G1. But
I just it was just depending on what Naito you got. Like interested in that. Wrestle with the shirt on Naito or shirt off Naito? Shirt
Right.
off Naito? Hell yeah. Yeah.
The,
Shirt on, it's like, fuck it.
the way that I see Wrestle Kingdom shaping up right now is Osprey Omega Dream, Okada versus Bryan Danielson 2, Naito Sonata.
And you think that those two matches can carry what the main event would give? Because as much as Naito has been in the back burner, he's still hella popular.
He's the, the number one watch seller in Japan.
Yeah, he's like Japan Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Not to mention that, he doesn't have a lot left in the tank, and they usually have that last swan song before, going into the good night. You know what I mean?
But would the swan song turn into a swan rain is the question.
Well, I mean, when they did it for Tanahashi, he held it for a month.
But I don't see him getting a rank. Because the question is, even if he gets the belt, who the hell he's got to drop it, and he ain't dropping it back to Sonata. So who the fuck he gonna drop it to?
I mean,
Long term wise,
there's so many
but
people he could drop it to.
Himself in the past.
Huh?
He's gonna drop it. He's gonna invent a time machine just so he can drop it to himself in the past.
that is true.
Mm.
Switch out his intercontinental reign for his when he tried to pawn the belt. Uh, yeah, it seems like he's gonna be the guy, just based on that deductive reasoning.
How did you feel about the other, the block play? A block, B block, C block, D block. How did you feel about, how this G1 played out?
It was, I mean, it played out. It was stupid that Tamatonga cost his goddamn self the fuck. He cost himself a fucking spot. But okay. But other than that, it was good that it was more. I mean, because I think the last time they did it was only like one person from each block, so it was good that it was like a World Cup style thing, and I think that gives it a bit more intriguing for the casual fan because it's like sometimes it's hard to keep up, but if you kind of do it like the World Cup rules, it's usually good. It threw me off that they had the two Gaijins. I knew that they were going to have the Gaijins go against each other because there can only be one. And I told you this shit. I was like, it's gonna be. They gonna put them bitches together because ain't no way to. I mean, it's bad enough Osprey made it this far, but motherfucker, we ain't had the two of you.
Hey, folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show. Support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.